I have lots of great cheap fragrances in my collection that smell luxury, dressed up, highly expensive. These are 10 of those solid cheapies. I don't want to make a top 10 list because it is very time taking and difficult for me to make that list because every single fragrance is here better than the other one. Just let's pick one randomly. So yeah, Incense Luna by Zemaya. I really like this one. Let's remember it again. Damn, this is very beautiful. It is like powdery, one of those highly dressed up cheap fragrances for night out type of situations, especially dressed up. And it is slightly boozy, lipsticky, reminds me of Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé. I can say like in the air 99% almost identical, but yeah, you can catch very little differences side by side, but in the air I have to say it is exactly like that fragrance, boozy, modern type of masculine, and I can get like 6-7 hours plus longevity with this one, with first hour and a half average projection and sillage. Incense Luna by Zemaya. Just let's pick another one randomly. Damn, I like this one also. Incense Ebony, one of the best jobs hands down from Maison Alhambra, and it is available also on my website medicine.com. So damn, this fragrance is very crazy. It smells like 300 bucks. Resiny, woody, smoky, leathery, spicy, dark. Slightly like waxy, resiny, dark, mysterious. Not for everyone. I get like incense, leather, nothing woody here, but incense, leather, and resiny notes. Very close to Tom Ford Ebony Fume. I can say like exactly like that fragrance, but not as strong. With this one I can get like 7-8 hours plus max in terms of longevity, including like 1-2 days. With Tom Ford one I can get like 12 hours plus, and 2 hours of good projection and sillage. I have to say to this one, for this price, 20 bucks. For 100 ml it is a no-brainer cologne. For next, let's see what I can grab here. Okay, that's also very beautiful. Island Vanilla Dunes by Khadlaj. I said in several videos I love this DNA. Great sprayer, by the way. Oh damn, burnt vanilla, slightly incensey, amber, powdery, very luxury smelling type of fragrance. I love this DNA. Which DNA? Parfums de Marly Alter DNA. It is one of the most accurate colognes I've ever smelled on the market, which going after Parfums de Marly Alter, I would say opening dry down every second is identical to Alter in my opinion, and they could catch that different opening. Yeah, most of other colognes are different in terms of opening, but in the dry down they can catch that scent profile, but this one is from the first second identical. I can get like 6-7 hours plus max longevity with this one. Let's say good 6 hours. With first hour and a half average type of projection and sillage. For this price and this 6-7 hours plus longevity, I have no problem at all. I can apply it during the day, countless, and smells out of this world. So let's pick from the other side of the table a bit without watching Red Bull. Okay, I picked this one. I really like this one also. Let's remember it again. Sprayerism. Yeah, you know what I mean. So, it is very high quality. Damn, Letafa did a great job here. And Nashama Caprice by Letafa. This immediately brings me out those great memories with that timeless DNA of La Nuit de l'Homme, but it is closer a bit to La Nuit de l'Homme. Blue Electric. It is like spicy, ton of cardamom is here. It is woody, cedar wood is very realistic and slightly creamy. You know, La Nuit de l'Homme and L'Homme DNA is a bit creamy, like sandalwoody type of creaminess, and it is a bit fresh, like appley, citrusy, let's say, mixed together. I can get with this one 6-7 hours plus longevity, good 6 hours. Let's say with first hour and a half average projection and sillage. Not a strong fragrance in terms of performance, but definitely it is in terms of that character. Next one, Okay, is here Asad Bourbon, again by Letzafa. Actually, this is also available on my website. So I would say to this one, like herbal, has some sort of little powderiness to it. It is sweet, and scent profile is at the mid in terms of that signature scent worthiness. It is a bit memorable, a bit, let's say, average, but yeah, leans a little bit above average, and I can say it is somehow a memorable scent profile. It is very close to, in my opinion, Valentino Born in Roma Intense. And this one is not as strong as that one. I can get like 7 hours longevity. That's also not a beast mode type of fragrance, but it is a bit stronger compared to this one, at least to my nose. With this one, 7 hours, 8 hours max longevity with 2 hours of good projection and sillage. I have to say, for this price, it is 25 bucks something for 100 ml. It is one of those must-have cheapies, I believe. And I prefer it better like for a bit cooler seasons, not for summer. I would prefer it maybe for cool summer nights, spring and fall, and I wouldn't that much prefer it for winter. It is like freshy herbal, but it is too sweet for extremely hot days and too fresh for winter, let's say. Every single fragrance is better than the other one. Yeah, I would prefer this one number 2 or 1, but okay, I just picked it randomly. Fusion Intense, another great job from Maison Alhambra. A 10 out of 10 job from this house, I have to say to this one. Atomizer is better compared to the Incense Ebony, compared to this one. Okay, like powdery, green, smoky, and sweet. Character of fragrance reminds me of Prada Luna Rosa Black, but darker version of that fragrance, or let's say more masculine and next level version of that fragrance, in my opinion. But you get that backbone of Prada Luna Rosa Black here, so it is very close to Tom Ford Fucking Fabulous. I have to say, one of the best alternatives, cheaper alternatives of that fragrance right now on the market, hands down, is this fragrance. Also available on my web shop. Fusion Intense, I can get like 7 to 8 hours plus longevity with this one, with like 8 sprays, and clothing lasts like 2-3 days. And projection and sillage, I would say good 2-3 hours, but let's say good 2 hours to this one. I wanna pick this one. So for number 4, Jasur. One fact about this fragrance, I have sold 50 bottles of this one. 50. I had 50 and it is sold out. And I have no backup bottle for myself. Smells very beautiful. It is like herbal, lavendery, memorable. Very close actually to this one, Asad Bourbon. But I like this one better. It is more youthful and leans fresher compared to this one. And more memorable, let's say. Also a great scent profile and fragrance, cheapy for date and night type of situations. It is very close to Valentino Born in Roma Coral Fantasy. Lasts like 6-7 hours plus, good. With first hour and a half average projection and sillage. Yeah, I would say it is average. Not strong, not weak, and has a very luxury and sexy scent profile. Okay, 3 fragrances left on the table. I just picked this one. Abstract Portrait by Afnan. One of the highly, unfairly underrated, crazy underrated fragrances from this house. I can understand why it is a bit niche, stands in that, let's say, daring territory, not for everyone, as it is like smoky, waxy, rather strange atomizer. Damn, I can't get enough of this one. If you are a dark lover like me, this is a must-have for you. One of those few Afnan fragrances that I have backup bottle of it. It is like, I would say, leather-based fragrance. Resiny. Leather is way better compared to the Tuscan leather, for example. Leather is here more bitter, and it is nothing sweet here like that raspberry note, for example, in the Tuscan leather. Why I am comparing it? Because I believe this is one of the best leather-based fragrances. It is not going after that fragrance, by the way. It is going after Inclate by Marc-Antoine Barrois, like 95% exactly clone of that fragrance. Lasts only like 7-8 hours plus, good 7 hours. And hour and a half, maximum 2 hours of good projection and sillage. Abstract Portrait by Afnan. If you are a dark lover like me, just go grab it. It's from House of Armov. They have few great niche killers. This is definitely one of them, and this is the most underrated one. Club de Nuit, private key to my life. It kills, I would say it goes through Bulgari Tiger. It is way better compared to that fragrance, Tiger. So if you like niche freshies, it doesn't mean that it's daring. When I say niche fresh, it means very different compared to 99% of mainstream fragrances out there. Go get this one, and by the way, it is leaky, like most of Armor fragrances. Atomizer is leaky, I can say the juice is coming out. Yeah, anyway. So I can get like 12-14 hours plus longevity with this one, which is impossible with Bulgari Tiger. And projection and sillage is again impossible with that one to get 3-4 hours like this. 3-4 hours loud. And damn, this is extremely concentrated. It is like greasy almost, I have to say, to this one. And smells out of this world. If you like those type of freshy, this one is absolutely a must-have for you. Last one is again by Maison Alhambra. This Maison Alhambra and Latafa fragrances are killing the game, man. So here I have Cassius, another top seller in my shop, I have to say, to this one. Damn, I really love this DNA. Not sold out yet, by the way. So it is going after Parfums de Marly Carlyle. In my opinion, one of the best alternatives of that fragrance in terms of scent profile, accuracy, and price. It is 20 bucks for 100 ml, cheaper than water. Lasts like 6-7 hours plus in terms of longevity on my skin. With Carlyle, I can get 12 hours plus. With this one, I can get hour and a half average, max 2 hours average projection and sillage. With Carlyle, like 3-4 hours. But for this price, I can apply it during the day countless, and it smells highly expensive and niche. One of those outstanding, daring, smoky, leathery fragrances with touch of sweetness in the base, let's say, to this one. Take care, guys. Absolutely.